In an unprecedented moment, King Charles III stepped into a London courtroom on the 29th of July, 2025, not as a monarch, but as a man burdened by decades of regret. His trembling voice and raw confession about Princess Diana's suffering shattered the royal facade, exposing a lifetime of silence and guilt. Queen Camilla, watching from the gallery, broke into tears, her composure crumbling as Charles bared their shared past. This wasn't palace protocol, it was a historic reckoning that transformed the monarchy from an untouchable institution into a family grappling with human pain. As the world reeled, the crown faced a new question. Can vulnerability redefine royalty, or will it unravel its legacy? The scene was surreal. King Charles III, in a tailored suit, entered a packed courtroom under the glare of lights and cameras. No crown, no robe, just a man clutching trembling notes. The judge's oath, "Do you swear to tell the truth?" hung heavy, answered by Charles's quiet, "I do." Reporters noted his shaking hands, a stark contrast to his usual regal poise. Camilla, seated behind glass, watched with tense eyes, her clasped hands betraying her nerves. Charles began not with legal defenses, but with a memory of Diana's silent tears at Kensington Palace, admitting, "I'm here because silence is no longer something I can bear." The room gasped as he confessed to burying his guilt under royal duty, letting Diana's pain fester. "She suffered, and I saw it, and I let it go on," he said, his voice cracking. This wasn't testimony, it was a moral unburdening that stunned the world. Charles's confession deepened as he pulled out a yellowed letter from Diana, reading her plea. "I need someone to see me, not just the crown." The courtroom froze as he described her anorexia, sleepless nights, and desperate cries behind closed doors. "I was too lost in the role of prince to be the husband she needed," he admitted, recalling how he prioritized a Paris diplomatic event over her request for a family retreat. The letter, a fragile relic, embodied Diana's unheard pain, and Charles's public reading of it was a seismic break from royal silence. His voice, soft yet raw, revealed a man wrestling with regret, not a king defending his throne. "She needed to be heard. I only heard the crown's expectations," he said, cementing the moment as a reckoning with Diana's ghost. As Charles spoke, Camilla's stoic facade crumbled, her eyes shimmered, then spilled over with quiet tears, a rare glimpse of vulnerability from a woman long vilified. Their brief glance spoke volumes: guilt, love, and a complicated history laid bare. Camilla wasn't crying just for Diana but for Charles, herself, and the weight of their choices. Her tears humanized her, shifting public perception from the other woman to a partner in grief. The courtroom's empathy grew palpable. Even the judge softened, and clerks paused their typing. Camilla's presence added depth to Charles's confession, showing a couple united not in power but in shared accountability. Her silent solidarity became a counterpoint to his words, making the moment not just royal but profoundly human. Charles explained his decades of silence as a product of protocol, public duty, fear of scandal. Trained to suppress emotion, he admitted that stoicism cost him connection with Diana. "My silence backfired," he said, vowing. "This silence ends here." His pledge to embrace honesty and vulnerability marked a radical departure from royal tradition. He spoke of Diana's wisdom, "Let my sons grow in a world where truth matters more than image," and vowed to honor her through transparency. The courtroom's atmosphere shifted from tension to reverence, with Charles transforming the monarchy's image from distant symbol to relatable family. His final words, "The crown is a promise to reflect reality, not hide it," became a manifesto for a new era of royal accountability. The confession reverberated globally. Clips of Charles's trembling voice and Camilla's tears went viral, with hashtags like #KingSpeaks and #Queen in Tears trending across 81 countries. Major outlets, including The Times and The Guardian, called it the most honest royal moment in generations, while a tabloid declared, "A king's tears heal a nation." A YouGov poll on the 30th of July showed a surge in public sympathy, with 78% of Britons, especially younger generations, viewing Charles more favorably. Mental health advocates hailed the testimony as a breakthrough, proving even monarchs can model vulnerability. Camilla's tears softened her image, turning public scorn into reluctant empathy. The monarchy, long seen as outdated, tapped into a timeless truth. Grief and honesty resonate. Behind Buckingham Palace's gates, aides scrambled not to deflect but to lean into Charles's transparency. Crisis teams crafted messages of unity, reworking Charles's upcoming addresses to reflect his newfound openness. Camilla, visibly shaken, stayed close to Charles, their private evening, a rare moment of unguarded intimacy. Staff noted a shift. The palace felt less like a fortress, more like a home. Early data showed soaring public engagement, with ex-posts praising Charles's courage. The monarchy wasn't just surviving, it was evolving, with Charles and Camilla as symbols of accountability. William and Harry, absent from the courtroom, chose silence, letting their father's moment stand uninterrupted, a subtle nod to his courage. King Charles III's courtroom confession was a seismic break from royal tradition, stripping away the crown to reveal a man grappling with regret over Diana's pain. Camilla's tears, raw and unscripted, deepened the moment, showing a couple united in vulnerability. This wasn't a performance, it was a reckoning that redefined the monarchy as a family capable of truth. As the public shifts from shock to empathy, Charles's vow of transparency sets a new standard for the crown, challenging William and Harry to carry it forward. The question lingers: can this honesty strengthen the monarchy, or will it expose more cracks? With the world watching, one thing is clear: the House of Windsor has changed forever, and its next chapter begins with truth. Comment prompt? Can Charles's vulnerability reshape the monarchy's future, or will it invite more scrutiny? Should William and Harry break their silence? Share your thoughts below. This royal reckoning is far from over.